So you remember last month when a certain video leaked regarding the Johnny Depp situation, when a certain nameless person admitted to all kind of horrible stuff? This is the transcript. Today will be quite interesting. This is a lot of stuff to go through, but it gives you an idea of what was said then and what's going to be brought up now in 2020. This is something you definitely don't want to miss. So hey there. So today we return to that wonderful World of Johnny Depp coverage. But before we get started, here's a brief thing. If you like this content, enjoy the channel, consider subscribing to it and sharing these videos. Also, make sure that you're still subscribed to the channel because the platform, it doesn't seem to love this content. Also, check out the links in the description because of the same reason. Those help out the channel. Definitely appreciate that. And also, stay tuned to the end of the video to hear a little bit more on something else. So before we get started, a few brief things about this document. This is a transcript of the nameless one here talking about what they said transpired in 2016. Now, Johnny Depp's team, they chose these specific pages to talk about. This will not be the entirety of it. If we included the entirety of it, we would be here for 8 hours. No thanks at all. Also, why is this relevant in 2020? Well, because all of this stuff, it has been brought up in the current Johnny Depp stuff. And yeah, there are 50 million reasons why that's relevant, let's just say. Lastly, I will redact certain words or I will change them. I apologize in advance, but that is the platform. So the page that we skip that they include, they do a lot of introduction, and then this is the first page Johnny Depp's team included. There's a question. Okay, and your claim is that there were marks on your face prior to the police arriving. They're talking about May 2016 here. Correct. I don't know if there were any marks on my face or how puffy or red it was. I don't know how it looked because I probably didn't spend any time looking in a mirror immediately afterward. Is it your testimony that there was in Penthouse 5 broken bottles, correct? In Penthouse 5, yes. Yeah, there Penthouse 5 was destroyed. Destroyed. Glass on the floor, yes. Wine spilled, yes. In the hallway as well. Clear signs that there was damage. We have pictures and vandalism in Penthouse 5, yeah. Downstairs, there was clear damage done downstairs in Penthouse 5. Okay, they're going to skip a page here, so we're going to miss that here. So they continue with this item. Isn't it a fact when they, talking about the police, made the inspection of Penthouse 5, they did not see any broken glass on the floor? I don't know what they saw or didn't see. I wasn't ushering them around. They did that by themselves. My guess is Josh was showing them around, but there was extensive damage to which we have plenty of evidence. Is it true, your testimony here today, that the officers saw extensive damage? I don't know what the officers saw. Had any of the damage been cleaned up when the officers arrived by you? By the time the second set of officers arrived, we had cleaned up the kitchen and cleaned up a bit and cleaned up, yeah. So we learned the other day that there were two sets of officers. We have the people that testify and we have a second set. We don't even know who those folks were. And they bring this up. By the time the first officers arrived, had you cleaned up any damage to Penthouse 5? I don't think so. So these are good questions as well. If you didn't clean up anything and the officers didn't see it, what exactly happened in this spontaneous combustion? But anyway, we move forward to another portion. So, nameless person, I would like to you to listen to what I'm about to play. Would you do that? Audio clip plays as follows. Male voice. I then stood up. I don't even know if I might have said something like, what the F, whatever, because I'd just been hit in the head with an effing corner of a door. Female voice. I'm so sorry I did that. I'm sorry. Can you guess whose voices those were? Male voice. And then I stood up. So this is Depp's person. Do you recognize the voices on that tape? Uh-huh. And who are the people on that tape? That's Johnny and I. Okay. And is Johnny describing an act where you made a door go into his head? So I was trying to escape from a room where Johnny was, again, we're going to use the word accosting me. And in order to escape, I was trying to get on the other side of the door, attempting to close the door, and he was attempting to get in despite my attempts to try and escape all that was going on. So the lawyer asked, isn't it true that on this tape that was just played, you tell Johnny Depp you're sorry? Yes. Okay. Audio clip plays as follows. Male voice. And then you effing clocked me. I remember hitting you as a response to the door thing. So the lawyer asks again, did you just tell Johnny Depp in that recording that I remember hitting you as a response to the door thing? Yes. And he was trying to get in the door. I was trying into the door. I was trying to escape him. He pushed the door into me, and I was trying to get him by getting him out of the door to stay in the room. And you told him in that tape recording that you hit him, correct? I didn't. I don't know what words I used in that. You can play it back if you want, but I don't remember exactly how long. If you wouldn't mind, if you'd continue to listen. Okay, so the audio tape plays again. Female voice, and I'm really sorry about hitting you with the door. It was, or hitting your head. Lawyer again. Did you tell Johnny Depp at that time that you were speaking to him that you were really sorry for hitting you or hitting him with the door, hitting him? I was. I think in that recording, I made it very clear that I was sorry that the door hit him while he was trying to get in the room. I was escaping or attempting to escape too. Lawyer, I will mark, excuse me, I'd like you to listen to the following tape. This is quote unquote punch, and we need to have are these being marked as exhibits? Yep, they're being marked as exhibits. We just marked P as the one we just played, correct? Yes, okay. Next exhibit, exhibit P marked. The next thing I'm going to play for you is exhibit Q. Would you listen to this, please? Punching, the one that says punching. Exhibit Q marked. Male voice, probably just a S lock. Yeah, I didn't do that. Anyway, I opened the bathroom door and you were knocking on it. After a few times I opened, and you just kept going. You just kept going and going. I tried to close the door 3 times, Please, just don't let and then female voice, babe, wait, male voice continues. And then I accidentally, I swear, I was trying to close the door. I guess it scraped your toes. I didn't mean to do that. I bent down and you either pushed or you kicked. I think you kicked the door open. Female voice, I didn't know I did that. Male voice, sort of caught the door, yeah, more open so it would hit me. Female voice, no, I didn't. Male voice, wait. Female, I did not mean to do that. Did not. That means you did mean to do that. Male voice, wait. And it hit me in the effing head. I did not mean to do that. Male voice, I was bent down behind the door. Female voice, I did not do anything to. I did not kick the door or push the door so that it would hit you. I did not, I swear. I mean that I did not. It was not my intention. I think I remember the door scraped my toe. So as a brief aside, to pause just a second, I was always confused by her saying, I'm trying to keep him out of a room because here he is talking about, I opened the bathroom door when you were knocking on it. After a few times I opened, I tried to close the door 3 times, and then all of this stuff happened. Now, doesn't that sound like he's trying to keep her out? But anyway, I just thought that was interesting. Let's continue. So his team continues saying, okay, so you told him in that excerpt that you hit him with the door, but did not intend to hit him, correct? Her team says, the recording speaks for itself. His team replies, did I say that? I said whatever's in the recording. Okay, I don't when you play it for me. It's hard for me to remember every single word. Then they ask, what's there? And then there's another. Would you continue listening to this? Are these from the same day? Audio recording plays as follows. Female voices, I reacted, but the door thing, I never did that. It wasn't on purpose. I might have done it on accident. Okay, so let's say it was an accident. I then stood up. I don't even know what I said. I might have said, what the F, whatever, because I just been hit in the head with the effing corner of a door. I'm so sorry I did that, the female goes. I'm sorry, male voice. Then I stood up, and and then you effing clocked me. Female voice, I remember hitting you as a response to the door thing. So you have admission for hitting. The witness, that's exactly what I just told her. Audio recording continues as follows. Female voice, I'm really sorry about hitting you with the door or hitting your head. I did not mean to, nor male voice, you did not mean to hit me in the head with the door, but you meant to. Female voice, I didn't. Male voice, punch me in the jaw. Female voice, I meant to hit you, and I did not do this thing with the door. I do remember I did mean to hit you. So admitting I meant to punch you there. Male voice, but that you didn't mean. The door? No. God, no. I. But punching me in the jaw you did? Okay. I'm sorry. So his team continues. So on the tape, you tell Johnny Depp that you did mean to hit him. You get an objection there, of course. The witness here, the nameless one. And it also misrepresents that what actually happened, which was him trying to get into a room I'm trying to get out of, and then he runs the doors over my toes trying to get into the room. I tried to push him out of it, which is what the hit is that is referred to. Again, you saw that. What exactly is happening with that room? And Johnny, whatever he was hit or touched at all, referred to it in these ways of punching or clocked or whatever, and whether you discussed it with him or not, the last thing you do in talking to him afterwards or trying to reconcile with him is to get into the definition of what those words mean to him. Just say what happened then. Okay, well, so I never even addressed it. If he was ever pushed, it was a clock. He called it a cold clock. I mean, he was just very dramatic about the whole thing. So his team, isn't it true, nameless one there, that in December of 2015, you punched Johnny Depp in the face with a closed fist? So you're going to have some back and forth here, and the only statement that matters here is the nameless one saying, I hit Johnny one time and then sorry, I'll wait. There's more witnesses whispering, and then we skip some pages here. Then you have the witness, the nameless one, coming back and saying, well, when you live in such a volatile relationship as I have been in with someone that is so much bigger than you and so much stronger than you and has no off button, the best you can do is defend yourself. And I don't know to what extent or to what I would have that he could claim that I've done so much damage to him. I've done my best to defend myself. He's much bigger than me, stronger than me, and this went on for so long before I ever tried to defend myself. Now, as an aside to that, too, that sounds just like what we saw with leaked audio, only in this, you had the nameless one mocking Johnny Depp, saying, no one will believe you for these certain things. Amazing. So you have some argument back and forth in that. Then you start having questions that'll be interrupted in here. But the question is going to be, isn't it the fact that you on multiple occasions also prior to today threw objects that hit Mr. Depp, including a mineral spirits can? So this has to be rephrased because her team says that this is vague and ambiguous, including a mineral. Are you? It sounds like a compound. Are you asking about several instances or just one? So we have it rephrased. Have you ever intentionally thrown an object that hit Mr. Depp prior to today? So you get more objections into this. So what do you mean? You get a question from the nameless one here. I mean, have you ever thrown an object prior to today at Mr. Depp that hit him? Again, same questions. I don't know what has hit him. I don't remember anything in particular about mineral spirits. Have you ever thrown a bottle or any other object at Mr. Depp prior to today, which hit him? I don't know. Isn't it? I don't know what's hit him. I don't know. Isn't it true to the nameless one? So her team cuts in and then she answers. I don't know what has hit him. I don't know what has been thrown in self-defense because it meant that I or him landing a punch on me. So here, look at that deflection there. I don't know also what I will pass over when we have these discussions afterwards. And you're just seeking for peace. What I would have said or not said just to move on with our lives and acquire for ourselves some sort of peace. So a lot of times we'd have these conversations conversations afterwards where he would articulate some of his experience in, and a lot of which are delusional, and some to which I would agree or not. So again, focus on the question. The question was about throwing. Have you ever, prior to today, thrown any object at Mr. Depp, whether or not it had hit him? Again, objections, you get a bunch of objections. This calls for a yes or no answer. I don't think it does, the nameless one says. So, nameless one, have you, prior to today, ever thrown an object at Mr. Depp, whether or not it actually has hit him? Again, I don't know. It depends on, I guess, the context. So I don't know. I guess it depends on context. I might have thrown something if it meant that it was either because he was advancing on me or because I had no other means to which I could protect myself. He weighs well over 100 pounds more than me, and if someone like that is coming after you because they're high or effed up, high or drunk, or had taken a bag of ecstasy or done a bunch of cocaine or heavily intoxicated like in Australia or Japan, you have his team trying to redirect the question, as she keeps saying, you can do whatever you can. Their team being like, seriously? You're going to interrupt again? Defend yourself, they continue, and I don't know if I have no idea what else I could do. So you have the question, is that yes or no? I don't know is what my answer is to you. Okay, and I explained it the best I could. So isn't it true, nameless one? I mean, nameless one, again, you see the different names in that in Australia, in March of 2016, you threw an alcohol bottle at Mr. Depp, and in fact, when it smashed, you cut off the end of his finger with a bottle that you had thrown. That's a ridiculous accusation. And isn't it a fact that you threw on December 30th, 2015, while on the island of, a can of mineral spirits paint thinner that hit Mr. Depp in the head? So her lawyers apparently don't like that. They call it harassing and stuff. So isn't it true in yes? So you see this go back and forth. Then, are you, and then you have so sorry, prepared to answer? You have a back and forth again. So, question, again, nameless one. Are you about to answer? Would you answer that question? What's the question? Could you repeat the question that I asked? Did you throw December 30th, 2015, a can of paint thinner while on the island at Johnny Depp and hit him in the head? On the island, I remember the last time he came at me really bad. He came at me really hard, and it started in the closet, and at one point he had me by the neck in the closet, and he said, I think it was like this, you really don't think I'll effing do it this time? You don't think I'll effing do it? He had his hands around my neck. He wasn't squeezing very hard. But he was squeezing. And you got a lot of I don't know if I pushed him or I picked up something to get him away or at what point I picked up something, but I have thrown something on the island at him while I was running from the closet. So this question is why this comes up too. Isn't it true, nameless one, that in front of two different employees at the island, you threw paint thinner and hit him in the head on December the 15th? You have the lawyers argue. They will not let her answer this stuff. She tries to. She probably would have answered, trying to dig that hole deeper, but they refuse out and out to answer it until the question is finally withdrawn, and then, bam, you get another one. Isn't it true that you've been previously arrested for committing DV against your spouse? So, the witness. There was no DV within that relationship, and the state of Washington, where I was arrested, immediately dropped the charges because they knew the exact same thing, and I just told you that there's no DV ever occurred. My ex stated as such. In fact, it's so ridiculous. Those charges, it was a verbal argument. It was misinterpreted, misrepresented, and completely overreacted upon by two individuals in a power position. And as soon as they found out that we were partners, which we were not going to be arrested for before, as soon as they found out we were partners, the male cop, not this other woman who has later been brought into the press, this male cop put me in handcuffs handcuffs, and there was no physical violence, no physical abuse, 0 DV whatsoever between us. It was a trumped-up charge, and it was dropped immediately for being such. Yeah. So the state actually dropped that charge because they lived in a different area. And what's fascinating about that is they pointed at 2 cops at first, but, well, the police officer that they pointed at that was female, they said that it was that was female, and they said also, because it was a same-sex partnership, that lady too, yeah, that's also her orientation. Continuing, isn't it true, nameless one, that in fact on September 24, 2009, you're arrested for DV committed against that person? Asked and answered, though, so all that. Did I miss something here? Isn't it fact, the nameless one, on the September the 14th, you were in fact taken to jail? It wasn't dropped immediately there. So, isn't it a fact, nameless one, that you spent the night in jail from September the 14th to September the 15th as a result of your arrest for that? Interesting. So, is that true? I just answered that, so you see how that goes with that. I answered you, so did you spend the night in jail? So again, you see how this comes across. And you know why all of this stuff is brought up? Because if Johnny Depp had this in his past, you better believe this stuff would be coming up again and again and again. So the nameless one was asked, isn't it a fact that this person on September 14th, 2009 claimed to the police that you had hit her in the arm? So the witness, I don't know anything about that. Again, I don't know anything about the claim that you just made about what this person and I did or did not say. I just can't possibly know. I don't know nothing about that. So, isn't it a fact that on September the 14th, you hit that person in the arm? No. So you see all the objection there? Isn't it a fact that on September the 14th that you broke a necklace off of that person's neck there? The necklace? Yeah. Isn't it a fact that the person reported to police that you had hit them in the arm? So this is going to end stuff too, but I want you to notice what happens on this last page that they talk about. Isn't it a fact, nameless one, that you know very well that your spouse, that your domestic partner requests you be arrested for DV? No. Then you see all of this stuff come in. Then they talk about taking a brief break. We're not going to take a brief break, really. We had to take a break every single time that you wanted because you made her cry. So we're not going to take a break. We're going to keep running because you made her cry. Yeah, it sounds like someone needs a hug. But seriously, the reason that all of that stuff is important is because of this. There were accusations that were levied that the police didn't back up, that people that worked at the building didn't back up. Even people that were in that person's friend circle, they didn't back up. Also, when it comes to throwing things and throwing that mineral spirits or paint thinner can, the reason that comes up is because an estate manager and another employee bring that up, saying that this is what happens and that person, they're the one that did it. And then the past comes in, because if Johnny Depp had a past like that, you better believe that he would be raked over those proverbial coals. But anyway, there's much more to that as well. If you do want to go over it, we can do it in live streams, but we will not do it in a video. An 8-hour video would be awful. But yeah, you tell me what you think about this stuff and what you see in this. So to close, I want to say thank you for showing up. Thank you for participating. You make this stuff possible. Without you, none of it works. So thank you sincerely. I don't want to monopolize your time either, but I do want to thank you for it because not enough people do. And I also want to say that if there are people out there in need, if you can't find basic goods, basic necessities, make sure you ask for help. That includes people like myself. Again, I can't pay for your rent, I can't pay for your groceries and on, but maybe I can help you stem that tide. And there are other people out there that'll help as well, because from all of us to you, we really do appreciate you. And thank you again. And until next time.